Over here, you want to see everybody? Boop. There we go. Go see everybody. All right. We got YouTube going. Oh, and TikTok. I still got to set up TikTok. Sorry, guys. Starting a little late today. Let me hold on here. Live chat, pop up. There we go. Okay. There we go. I can shut that. I'm trying to make more room here. Shut preview. My memory. Everything's harder when I'm traveling. All right, one sec. Let me get my TikTok. I did not set up TikTok. I'm bad. All right, putting on glasses. I've got Layla here saying hi today. TikTok. That's Twitter. That's not TikTok. I think I moved my screen around. All right, TikTok. There's Rosie. Hey, Rosie. All right, TikTok. Live. All right. All right. Had a goal. Almost there, folks. Almost there. Like I said, we have dog camera while we're waiting. Dog cam. It's a very special dog cam. Hello, Alec. All right, here. What am I doing? Actually, I just think the butterflies are kind of cool, actually. All right. Starting TikTok. Here we go. Go live. All right. Pulling my shirt down, Layla. What are you doing? All right. Mirror my video. There we go. All right. Try to get this adjusted a little without diving. Here we go. Oh, she likes to be held up. There we go. Hello, everybody. Greetings. TikTok is greeting us as well. Excellent. We're all good or well today or whatever. Hey, TikTokers, YouTubers, I did go live, right? You can hear me, hopefully. Oh, hey, Carrie in Texas. Yes, this is Layla, my sister's dog. So just having her do a quick hello, and then we'll let her go. She's the one, remember, about over a year ago that I was doing the show. I think she wanted to be picked up, so I picked her up, and she fell asleep on my shoulder. I was doing the whole show, and as you guys said, oh my God, she fell asleep, because she kind of went on my shoulder as we were talking. But yeah, she's very sweet. She's shaking, but she always shakes. What? Oh, hello. Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks. Wanted to lick. She gave a little but I think the was because she wanted to lick me. You okay? Thank you. Oh, licking me again? Okay. Thank you. Yes, we love that. Hey, what time about? All right, I think I'm going to put you down in a second, even though you like to be held. Yeah. What do you think? So we can talk to everybody. Oh, a little less. Still shaking a little. She's funny. She does shake a little bit. Anyway, welcome, guys. There's a ton of news today. I mean, there's a ton of news today. I almost skipped the show because I'm in Chicago. Oh, you got a Yorkie? Tips? No, does tips from bartender mean you just got a Yorkie, or you mean you've got a Yorkie? Layla is a Yorkie poo. Little teacup. Not intentionally. She just turned out to be a teacup. My sister's, not mine. Hello, you. Hello, you. How you doing? Huh? Yeah, you want to lick my nose again? We know you like to lick my nose and the ear. Thank you. Anyway, but yeah, there is a ton. I'm going to put her down in a second. There is a ton of news today. I mean, ton. It was kind of crazy. I did a few videos on TikTok. I could have done 12. I should have probably, but I didn't. So, oh well. Anyway, so yes, we'll start in a second, but welcome everybody. I'll do my introductions then and put you. You're shaking a little, though, hon. What's the matter? Want to go down? I don't think you generally want to go down. You generally want to be held. That's your usual. Yes. No, she's much happier being you hold her feet up like this and hold her against you, and she's like. Anyway, so welcome, guys. Yes, I'm John Aravosis. I may or may not do a show tomorrow. We'll see. I'm visiting Chicago this week, but I thought there was so much news today. I figured we'd have today's show, and then tomorrow maybe I'd take off, and then Saturday I fly back to DC. So I'll be back. I will not do my Saturday show for subscribers again since I'm flying, but I'll be back Sunday or Monday. Oops. And now that she licked my nose, I'm gonna have an itchy nose. You evil little girl. Yes, you licked my nose. You know I hate that. Here, let's get one last little Layla shot, and then I'm putting her down. All right, you good? You shaking a little still. Shaking a little still. I know you wanted to lick me again. Okay, there you go. Thank you. All right, let's put Layla down. Up. Okay, there you go. Oh, That's okay, Sash. What are you doing? You're coming out to see her? What are you doing? And Sasha's in the bed underneath underneath me, and saw Layla and wanted to come out. Although I just took Sasha out, so we should be okay on the Sasha front. She, she's funny. She usually gets jealous. She's not bad with Layla, and I'm very surprised. Usually she'd be a little, I got it, but she got my nose. I was doing so well. She got my nose, so now I'm going to be having like nose itch throughout the show. Anyway, oh, that's funny, Zerpachi. Well, I was even my sister's neighbor I saw yesterday, and she goes, I watch your show. I was like, how did that happen? She goes, it just came up randomly. I liked it, and I thought, I know that guy. So I was like, oh, that's very funny. Kind of weird the way, I mean, like, who knows how the algorithms work, Thank you, CJ, Hannah, Dabble, Fallen, Hannah, Fallen, lots of gifts on TikTok. Anyway, so yes, thank you for the gifts, guys. Please keep them coming. I do this for a living, so your gifts are very much appreciated. Let's get rolling. There's a ton of news today. As I said, it's either going to go slow or fast. I don't know. Just there's a lot, but interesting stuff, I think, worth going through. So let's do it. Let's start with federal judge. This was kind of funny. So Trump appointed remember his personal lawyer, the one that was really bad, who got into a lot of trouble, Alina Habba? She was the one, I'm trying to remember, she was the one that was up there with Rudy Giuliani. Remember when they did the Four Seasons event, but they, instead of holding it at the hotel, they held it at like a tractor company or something? And she was the one who screwed up with Giuliani with that when he was on stage and he was melting like the Wicked Witch, and she was on stage with him. She's terrible, absolutely terrible. Well, Trump, because Trump, being terrible gets you more jobs. Landscaping, that was Four Seasons landscaping. That was it, Bobby. Thank you. Exactly. Well, she gets appointed as U.S. attorney for New Jersey. So in charge of like prosecutions for the entire state, totally unqualified. And federal judge today ruled that he gave her the job illegally, and it's not her job. And she's in trouble. Basically, not she's in trouble, but her job's in trouble. He did say he's staying the implementation of his ruling pending the government appealing. So she's not off the job yet. We shall see. Thank you, Patty, for the gift on YouTube. I've got everything together on one screen now, so I've got to like think before. But I did see it's a gift from Patty. That I know. Thank you, Patty. So yeah, so she got removed by the judge, but pending appeal, which is very good from that job. Sony is hiking the price of a PlayStation $50, the PS5. Basically, Sony, between the lines, Sony said they're raising PlayStation prices $50 because of Trump's tariffs. Sony's a Japanese company. They said it was because of the difficult economic environment. And this is indicative of the larger problem we're going to have with inflation under Trump, because these first several months of the year, companies have been eating the price increases. They've been eating the inflation. Can't do it any longer. They were hoping it was going to go away, Trump's tariffs. Trump's tariffs are literally a tax on goods that come into America. They're a tax that American companies pay. So American companies import stuff that they sell to us. And a lot of our stuff, most of our clothing comes from abroad. 50% of every car comes from abroad. 50% of every American car comes from abroad. So there's no way to say, oh, just don't buy foreign stuff. Everything, we're interconnected worldwide. Well, Trump has put massive tariffs on everything coming in from abroad. Even worse than that, Trump has now said, like those countries where he claims he reached a trade deal, and by the way, it's not clear Trump has reached a trade deal with anybody. He keeps claiming it, but there's no deal. Typically, Trump claims it when they get like this agreement in principle that isn't a real agreement. Thank you, Laddie. Thank you, Elizabeth. It's like, well, yeah, we'd like to. I mean, it means they and like the Brits or whoever have said, well, yeah, in principle, we could maybe do this. Okay, well, let's negotiate the details. Well, until the deals are negotiated, there's no deal. In any case, so Trump's tariffs on companies the last 6-7 months have increased the cost of the goods that companies import into America. So far, a lot of the companies have been paying the price increase themselves. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, CJ, Eileen. The companies have been paying the price increase themselves and not passing it to consumers. But they did that hoping the tariffs were going to go away after a few months. So basically, they just made less money, right? They had to pay more for the products that they sell to you and me, to you and me, because the tariffs existed. But they were hoping the tariffs were going away, and they thought they would take a hit for 1 or 2 quarters. Now they realize the tariffs aren't going away. Trump has said, in a best case scenario, he is going to increase prices on imports by 15 to 20% as a best case scenario, a permanent 15 to 20% price increase. That means companies are taking a 15 to 20% hit on their revenue. So they're making that much less money on everything they sell. Well, eventually they're going to pass the prices to you and me. Sony just said they're doing it right now, $50. Robert says Microsoft announced price increases in May on Xbox as well. We've got energy price increases, electricity. My electricity has been going through the roof. For the last year, it has gone, my typical electric bill used to be $150. Now my typical electric bill is around $215, $220. Thank you, Succeed, for the butterflies. Thank you, Craig. It's offensive. And I looked back going over the last year, it has gone up. I mean, it's gone up like around 40%. I mean, it's insane. My electric bills are now always over $200. That's the way it is. Really, anyway, it's very annoying. Pepsi also, I believe, is raising prices 10%. I read John Deere is announcing layoffs. Trump's tariffs are going to become a problem very soon. Oh, the final point I was going to make is up until now, companies have been eating the price increase from the tariffs. They've been saying, okay, if tariffs are only for a few months, we'll pay them and not raise prices. Well, now they realize Trump is planning on permanent tariffs, right? Even if there's a negotiation, there will be 15 to 20% tariffs. That means a 15 to 20% price increase. And the companies have now said they're going to pass much of that along to you and me. Very bad stuff. JD Vance got heckled today, or the last day. That was kind of funny. Vance went, because, the Trump people like to do a lot of theater rather than substance. And Vance went to Washington, D.C.'s Union Station, which is our main train station. And in order to do a, tough on crime, look at them patrolling the train station kind of thing. And some guy there filmed the entire thing, and it's absolutely beautiful. Some guy yelled at JD Vance the entire time. And basically, I can't say here what he said. I could tell you that it regarded intimate relations with a piece of furniture. I can tell you that. And he kept repeating it over and over and over again in a very loud voice that clearly JD Vance heard. I was proud of it. I mean, I don't always believe in being vulgar, but I was proud of this young man in Union Station today. It's a great video. I shared it with my nephew. It's a great video. What else we got here? Oh, so the story broke in the last day that Donald Trump bought $100 million in bonds while in office this time. Guess how bonds work? Okay, bonds are very complicated, but the way bonds work, Trump bought $100 million. If interest rates go down, the price of bonds goes up significantly. Donald Trump will make a slew of money if he can succeed in getting interest rates to go down. His big thing he's been pushing is interest rates going down. So what does he do? He bought bonds that are literally directly related to interest rates. Bond prices go up. The value of his investment will go up proportional to the amount that interest rates come down. Again, if he were a Democrat, he'd be in prison at this point. Trump is sending 20 members. Oh, this is great too. Trump is sending 20 members of the Defense Department. So Pentagon employees, military employees are going to be sent to the federal prosecutor's office in Washington, D.C. to prosecute American civilians. Trump is going to be using the U.S. military to prosecute American civilians. Just let that one sink in. Again, the stuff that if a Democrat had done this, it would be the end of the world. It very likely is illegal. Some of the legal experts have said this is not legal. Trump does not care. He's gotten away with a lot of things that aren't necessarily legal. But I will say the idea that, first of all, he's using the military to patrol our streets is pretty creepy. Using the military to arrest civilians, very creepy. And now using the military to prosecute civilians like we're like a court martial or something. I mean, this is not a democracy. You just don't. I don't even know what to say. These stories are not great today, guys. Some of them are. The couch one's pretty good, but this one is not. Oh, another bad one. Trump is now publicly threatening Colorado. Trump is publicly threatening the state of Colorado to release a woman from prison that they convicted for basically election fraud. Basically, I'll read the story to you in a second. But she was committing the fraud in order to help Donald Trump steal the election. So he wants her released immediately, or else there will be, what was the exact quote? That he's going to take harsh measures. Well, guess what harsh measures means? Okay. Harsh measures in the past with Donald Trump, harsh measures have meant, perfect, Ashley, thank you. Harsh measures had meant cutting money for the state, cutting disaster money, cutting education money, cutting all the various monies that would go to a state. He has not threatened the money yet, but that is literally what Donald Trump has that he can control with Colorado. He's threatening Colorado to release a criminal from prison because the criminal tried to cheat to get him elected. I want to read you this, okay? She was sentenced in prison last year after being found guilty of charges connected to sneaking someone into her office to search the voting records for evidence to prove Trump's false claims that the 2020 election was stolen. Tina Peters is serving a 9-year sentence on charges that include several counts of attempting to influence a public servant and conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation. Prosecutors charged Peters in 2022 and accused her of helping to secretly copy Dominion. This is the thing, okay? She secretly copied the hard drives of the voting machines. I mean, this is serious stuff, guys. You don't copy and give to private citizens copies of the voting machines we use, right? Because they can then figure out how to break into them and steal them and cheat them, right? Prosecutors accused her of helping to secretly copy Dominion voting systems hard drives by sneaking Conan Hayes, a former professional surfer and purported computer expert, into secure areas of her office in 2021 using someone else's security badge. So she stole a security badge, or maybe borrowed, who knows, they gave it to her. She got someone else's security badge to illicitly steal these hard drives for this guy, copies of them. A few months later, data from her office appeared online and was featured as a symposium held by Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. She's in prison for 9 years as a result of this, because we take election fraud very seriously in America. Because the election fraud was being committed for Donald Trump, he's demanding she be released, or he's threatening the state of Colorado. Keep in mind, he also put massive tariffs on the country of Brazil because they're prosecuting their former president for trying to overthrow the government in a coup d'etat. But Trump likes him. So Trump, and he's doing similar to what Trump did on January 6th. So, I mean, again, the number of un-American things. Oh, another un-American story. Top U.S. law firms are now doing free legal work for the Trump administration. Kirkland and Ellis and Paul Weiss, two of the biggest firms in America, are now doing free legal work for Trump as part of their mea culpa, not even a mea culpa, as part of their caving to authoritarianism. Remember how Trump had threatened a bunch of law firms at the beginning of his term? He threatened them because they had Democratic clients before. And Trump believes that law firms in America shouldn't have Democrats as clients. Half of us should just not get legal representation. So he threatened them that he was going to kill all of their federal grants. Rather than challenging him in court, which 4 firms did and won, by the way, these 2 firms, Paul Weiss and Kirkland Ellis, just went and caved and agreed to all of Trump's terms. They're giving him hundreds of millions of dollars of free legal advice. So not only are they helping the Commerce Department now, helping his agencies do God knows what, literally participating in the fascism, right, of what's going on. Trump said today that he believes, this is important. Trump says today that he believes the agreement the firms reached, and I've read the agreements. He's lying, of course, but this is Trump. He's going to enforce it. Trump believes that the agreements that he reached with Kirkland and Ellis and Paul Weiss permit him to personally get free legal counsel for himself personally from those firms. He said today. Are those companies going to do that? Are Paul Weiss and Kirkland and Ellis going to give Donald Trump free legal counsel for his person? Donald Trump's person is not something to be trifled with as far as the kind of things that might be involved there, right? Very scary thing. So that was in the paper today too, from Kirkland and Ellis and Paul Weiss. What else we got here? Oh, this was funny too. Trump tweeted a picture of himself today. This was very funny. Trump tweeted a picture of himself today, pointing at a smirking Vladimir Putin. I'm going to see if I can find this picture. It's very funny because Trump Trump is worried about the Russia stuff. He's worried about the Russia stuff. Okay. Trump, here we go. Trump, oops, hang on a second here. All right. Trump tweets this picture. The top picture is him with Putin. The bottom picture is Nixon with Khrushchev, who was the Soviet premier that we had a lot of problems with. And this is Nixon poking his finger at Khrushchev, basically telling him to go F himself, right? Trump tweets the picture to show how tough he was with Putin, right? He was just like Nixon with Khrushchev, he claims, right? I'll show you guys. And then I want to zoom in on the picture so you can see what's actually going on, okay? What's actually going on, Putin is smirking. Trump is probably telling Putin a joke. Actually, he is telling Putin a joke. I actually remember the photo now. This photo, this is very funny, actually. I remember this photo totally. This photo was taken by the Russians. It's from a movie, the photo on the top. The Russians filmed a movie behind the scenes that they released that showed Trump and Putin laughing and touching each other. They were touching each other and laughing and being all like chummy. That's what this is from. I remember this now because the interpreter was sitting in the middle. That's why Putin's smirking. Putin is smirking because they were having a good time, okay? Trump released it to try to say that he was being tough with Putin the same way Nixon was being tough with Khrushchev. Now, put aside for a moment that he's lying, because this is not a surprise. What's interesting to me is that Trump is very worried that he's being perceived as being weak on Russia, that he's being perceived as not being tough against Putin. That's interesting. I mean, he keeps mentioning the Russia stuff. And I keep saying that the fact that he keeps mentioning it means he's very worried about it. And if he's worried about it, right, it gives you an opportunity to freak him out. Now, why would you want to freak him out? A couple of reasons. Just setting him off is probably beneficial if you're trying to undercut his presidency overall. But it's also, thank you, Julie, keep the gifts coming, guys, appreciate them. It's also beneficial if you have concerns about Russia. Because if Donald Trump is so freaked out about being perceived as being in Russia's pocket, he's going to do things to show he isn't in Russia's pocket. And if you're no friend of Russia, you want Donald Trump to do things to show he's not in Russia's pocket. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Kim. Right? So if we keep harping on Russia, it forces Donald Trump to distance himself from Russia and treat Russia more harshly and treat Russia, frankly, in the way that they deserve, as the leadership in Putin. Thank you, Bowie. So but it's very interesting, this Russia stuff with him. It's really interesting. Federal agents today. Yeah. So the last day, federal agents in Washington, D.C. reportedly went outside a metro station and demanded identification from American citizens. Federal agents swarmed a metro station and hit random citizens up for IDs, ID checks coming out of the metro of American citizens leaving work. Again, this stuff does not happen in America. We don't do this. I mean, we do now, but we don't do this. What else? Oh, that's Layla. Oh, yeah. So Trump is... My sister's dog gets very upset when anybody goes by the house. And then Sasha gets upset because she hears her. So she's like, ah. See, even Layla's upset about the papers thing. Exactly. Where are your papers? Okay, Layla. Okay. Oh, I can see the person walking by the house. Somebody was across the street on the other side. Hey, hi, you okay? Hi, thank you. I did have Layla at the beginning of the show on my shoulder. I don't want to pick her up right now. Oh, is that? Oh, are we? Oh, no, we're not. I was like, are we stopping? Okay, good girl. With my dog, at least, when you say okay like that, it often can calm her down because you go, okay. And then she's like, okay, you all right? Sasha is at the window. Could you actually see? I didn't realize. She's at the window over there. Sasha's down there at the window. It's okay. All right, Sash. Okay, good girl. That was very funny. You could say, so my dog then went to the window because my dog doesn't hear so well. But she can hear the barking and she knows something's outside. So she went to the window. Okay, it's okay. Okay, all done. Oh, good. Are you done? You want to come say hi to everybody? Or brave? Come on, little brave one. Hey, Layla, come here. Come on, Layla. Come. She does this thing where she pretends she's oh my God, Layla! She pretends she's afraid. What are you doing? You want to say hi too? Come here. Okay. Sasha's like, no. Yes, real quick. This is Layla. That's her feet. This was the really scary barking dog. Okay. You can lick me here. Thank you. Okay. Yes. No, she's a trip. Absolutely insane. Okay, go down. All right, Sash. Good girl. And then my dog can't really see the people or hear the people outside, but now she's learned that when she hears Layla barking, she comes running to see because she knows there's got to be somebody outside that's bad, which is cute. Like they've now got the tag team going. You're okay, Sash. Your daughter's dog is Layla, 100 times bigger, I'm sure. Layla's like 2.5 pounds. So, all right, you're fine. Okay. Sasha. Oh, Sasha's still at the window, looking out the window. This is funny. Anyway, Sasha hasn't. Oh, no. Hey, come on. No, Sasha. My dog hasn't done this in years. Okay. All right. That's enough. Okay, come on. That's fine. I don't even see. Okay, there is somebody across the street. You'll live. All right. Stop. Oh my God. Now my dog is pissed off because the guy who lives across the street, like kitty corner, is in his driveway. So Sasha's pissed off. Then he said that all right, Dave's dog is barking. Everyone's dog is barking. This is too funny. All right. Anyway, oh my God. Well, I'm laughing because my dog used to do this here, but hasn't done it in a while, where she would just bark at everybody walking by. Okay, it's all right. Okay. All right. Come on. You're all right. Oh, God. I mean, I suppose that's good for her. She's 15 to keep her perky. All right. So what else we got? This was hilarious. The Internal Revenue Service. So here's another story. The Internal Revenue Service is our federal agency. Oh, those are cool. Thank you, Terry. I don't think I've seen those. I don't remember those before. Those are very cool. Thank you. Sister's upstairs. I think she's being nice and letting me have the show. The Internal Revenue Service. This was kind of interesting. The Internal Revenue Service is our federal agency that deals with taxes. Okay. And they were one of the ones where Trump did all the layoffs and fired everybody and also tried to get everybody to leave. The Doge and Elon Musk and everybody tried to get all the employees to quit. And we knew this was a problem. The paper wrote it up that it was going to cost, oh my God, I forgot if it was going to be $500 billion, like a crazy amount of money it was going to cost us because they were laying off everybody who collects the taxes, right? Sasha, come on. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, OC. Thank you, Karen. Well, today they announced the IRS is no longer going to conduct layoffs. And in fact, they are reeling from staff cuts that they themselves caused by asking everybody to leave. And they are going to try to hire back everybody they fired and or gave early retirement to because it's been such a disaster. I mean, again, these guys are the Keystone Cops. Well, that's an old person's explanation, but basically they don't know what they're doing. And we knew this was going to happen. We knew they were, the stories on the IRS, like I said, they literally talked about $500 billion that it was going to cost, the cuts that Trump was doing. He did it anyway, and they screwed up. What a surprise. Yeah, didn't see that coming exactly. What else we got? Oh, Trump is talking now about taking a federal stake in pretty much every semiconductor company in America. So Trump is already forcing Intel and AMD, right, computer chip companies, to give the U.S. government 15% of every business deal it does with China. They're making, in order to do business with China, they've got to pay off the U.S. government 15% of the deal. Now, it's ridiculous. Bottom line is either business with China is a good thing or a bad thing. Either business with China is safe or it's not safe, right? It's a security threat or it's not. Oh, thank you, Melody. I was like, there's like a puppy running around me. Thank you, Elizabeth. Either it's safe or it's not safe, right? It doesn't matter if they're paying off Trump, not Trump, but Trump indirectly paying off the U.S. government with part of the deal. Either it's a good or a bad idea to have trade with China. Trump now thinks it's such a great idea that he wants to take, because he's already talking about Intel as well now. He's talking about with Intel taking like a 10% stake in Intel, another semiconductor company, to save it. He now is talking about taking stakes in taking stakes in other companies, basically saying that if they want to benefit from the CHIPS Act, there was an act that Congress passed, a law that Congress passed in order to buttress and develop the semiconductor chip industry in America. Okay. Well, thank you, Melanie. Well, that, like, the law is a good thing if you're American, right? We want to build up our own industries. Trump is saying if American companies want to benefit from this act, if they want the subsidies, the money, whatever other benefits are in this act, they're going to have to give something to the federal government, possibly even a stake of their company, a percent of their company to the federal government. Couple things here. One, is this socialism? I mean, like, what's next? 5-year plans? Is this the Soviet Union, right? The government is taking nonstop stakes in companies. B, we're taking the stakes in companies in order to give them federal benefits. That's a quid pro quo. C, I thought the idea here was for national security reasons, we needed to help build up American semiconductor companies. Now we're saying, I mean, think about this. Like, we need them. We didn't pass the bill as charity. We passed the bill because we were worried about the national security implications of our semiconductor companies being abroad, for example, in China, right? And not having them inside America. That would mean we shouldn't really be saying, well, if you don't give me something, we're not going to let you have the benefit. The benefit is for you and me. We're not giving them something for free. We're doing this to benefit you and me. And Trump is now threatening it. Again, surprise. There's a lot of other stuff. There's a ton of news. Latinos are souring on Trump. A new poll shows a quarter of Latinos who supported Trump in November are either disappointed in his performance or outright regretting voting for him. Disappointment among Trump's 2024 voters appears driven by his administration's focus on mass deportations and the lack of delivery on the economy. Gee, who could have guessed that when the Latinos voted for Trump, that in fact Trump was going to turn on them, kick them all out of the country, and not focus on the economy? Well, pretty much all of us, because that's what Donald Trump said he was going to do. Big surprise. Gavin Newsom's attacks on Trump appear to be working. This was from Harry Enton from CNN, who's a very good pollster, a poll analyst at CNN. And Enton says that Gavin Newsom, who's the governor of California, Democrat, who's been attacking Trump, doing those social media posts on Twitter that are mocking Trump, pretending to be Trump, right? Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Cricket. Keep the gifts coming, guys. Appreciate it. Doing the social media posts, writing like Trump in all capital letters and everything, has had a massive impact. Gavin Newsom's followers on Twitter are up 450% since mid-June. So that would be over the last 2 months, 450%. That's over 5 times that he's quintupled the number of followers on Twitter. Newsom's chances of becoming the next Democratic nominee, Google searches since June 1st are up 1,300%. And Newsom's chances of becoming the Democratic nominee went up from 11% to 24% per the betting markets, putting him in the lead at this point. Hey, Shawnee. Trump admitted that he wants to stop mail-in voting in order to pick up Republican seats in the Congress. Remember, Trump claimed that mail-in voting was cheating or whatever because Putin told him that. Now he said today, he wrote on Twitter specifically, and said that he wants to stop mail-in voting and get the redistricting in Texas because Republicans can pick up 100 seats in Congress, basically take them away from Democrats by killing mail-in voting. Finally, we do have some Ukraine news, and this is not unimportant either. So the Ukraine news is interesting. Trump issued a tweet today that, I'm going to see if I can find it really quick. Trump did a tweet today that Oh, the dinosaur. Thank you, Carrie. That's a very nice gift. Appreciate that. Patrick, nice tiny Diney as well. But Carrie's Diney, I have to give special credit to because it's actually a very nice gift. Thank you for that. Is this the yes? This is the quote. This is the tweet from Trump today about Ukraine and about Russia. I want to give you some context. This tweet happened after we found out the Russians targeted and blew up with missiles a U.S. Electronics factory in Ukraine. It was, a Ukrainian venture that the U.S. had invested in. It was, I think, our biggest investment in Ukraine. It was an American electronics factory. The Russians knew it, and the Russians blew it up. Thank you, Cricket. Okay, and Trump, right? He likes our investments. Trump, especially after they met last Friday. Trump met Putin last Friday, and Putin today blew up an American factory in Ukraine. So this is Trump's text or Trump's tweet today, okay? It's very hard, if not impossible, to win a war without attacking an invader's country. It's like a great team in sports that has a fantastic defense, but is not allowed to play offense. There is no chance of winning! ! It is like that with Ukraine and Russia. Crooked and grossly incompetent Joe Biden would not let Ukraine fight back, only defend. He would only let them defend. How did that work out? Regardless, this is a war that would have never happened if I were president, zero chance, blah, blah, blah. Interesting times ahead. Why is Trump talking today about the fact that Zelensky should have been permitted to basically bomb Russia inside Russia and that Biden wouldn't let him do it? Why is Trump saying that today, right after the Russians bombed an American plant? At the same time, keep in mind, it was maybe 2 months ago that Trump asked Zelensky and said something to the effect of, if I gave you the right equipment, would you like to bomb Moscow? Why aren't you bombing Moscow more? If I gave you stuff to hit them with, would you? And Zelensky said, yeah, I would. Please do. And we all kind of went, what was that about? What was Trump? Why was he even saying that? What was that, right? Put that in context of this. This is the same issue Trump's bringing up again. Trump lamenting, mind you, Trump has been claiming, right, that this war should have never happened, that Russia had self-defense, Trump claimed just this week. Trump claimed the Ukrainians started it by wanting to join NATO. Total lie, right? But he was defending Russia. Now Trump is saying today, he's lamenting, thank you, Bryce, Trump is lamenting the fact that Biden didn't let Ukraine strike harder inside Russia. Not only does, that goes totally against what Trump has been claiming, that Russia's the innocent party here, right? So why is he flip-flopping? But also in the context of what Trump said earlier, today, right after the Russians blow up an American factory, Trump is lamenting that the Ukrainians didn't get American permission to blow things up inside Russia. Trump is not usually subtle, but I think he's sending a subtle message to Putin. I think. This sounds, and others read it this way as well. This actually writer with the Wall Street Journal, I really like, tweeted it and said the same thing, that it sounds like Trump is making a little bit of an implicit threat to Putin. And I should add, today Trump announced a 2-week deadline to the Russians. Remember he did this before, and then Trump has a history of announcing 2-week deadlines that are bullshit, basically. Whenever he announces a 2-week deadline, it means he's going to cave. Thank you, Gary, for the alien buddy. That was cute. Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, Life. Trump announced today a 2-week deadline for the Russians to basically come clean and agree to something or else. The problem is he did this before and he broke his deadline. Remember, he was going to have 2 weeks for Russia to accept a ceasefire, and then Putin convinced him a ceasefire wasn't necessary. And then that deadline went away. Well, now there's another 2-week deadline. If I were the Russians, I'd be like, dude, right, come on. This does not seem like a real deadline. In any case, it's certainly interesting so that's, I had looked, there really wasn't any other Ukraine news. I think that was really, the Ukrainians got a town back in the east that they were fighting over, which is good. So the Ukrainians advanced a little bit, which was good. But that's about it as far as I think important Ukraine news. But yeah, so there's another deadline now, and Trump seems pissed at Putin again because Putin blew up. I will say, Putin, we've talked about this before. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I love the Pharaoh thing. I think it's kind of cool. Possibly politically inappropriate. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Um, thank you. Thank you, Life. Thank you, Christina. The Putin really likes to needle Trump, and I don't get it. I mean, if I were Putin, I would consider Trump my guy, and I would be like he did on Friday, work him and get him to agree with you on everything. Don't screw with him. Don't try to diminish him, minimize him. Don't try to own him like your puppy. I mean, he might be your puppy, but don't let him know he is, right? And doing this again, blowing up the American factory, was trying to show Donald Trump who's boss. And I'm not convinced that's I don't I mean I don't oppose it entirely necessarily showing Trump who's boss. I think the Europeans should show him a little bit more. But hey, oh God, here we go again. But I'm not convinced it's the smartest thing for Putin to be doing. I mean, I'm glad Putin's doing it. You know, oh, thank you, Shawnee, for the popcorn. Thank you, Casey, as well. I'm glad Putin's doing it because it's pissing off Trump, and souring their relationship. I just don't quite. All right, hey, relax. I know. Oh, God, she's in the window now, whining at people walking by again. My dog, that is. That was my sister's dog barking, and then my dog's getting upset at the people in the window. Or she's in the window. They're not in the window. They're in the world. It looks like they're in the window, but she's in the window. All right. Thank you, Tom, for the finger. All right. We got 15 minutes to hang. So, all right, Sasha, you're okay. Okay, Sasha. Okay. Nope, they're just back and forth to the door. Hey, come here. It's okay. Come on. You're not coming up again. You're a troublemaker. You want to come up again? Say hi one more time. You are a troublemaker. Yeah, she barks, and now my dog's freaking out, and she's like, la 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 la. Don't you lick me. Don't you lick me after starting the barking fest. Dog TV, exactly. Oh, she's not shaking now, though. Yeah, no, she's such a trip. But she likes you to hold her feet, so I'm like holding her. I'm holding her feet underneath there because she likes to kind of stand. Sasha, it's okay. You know, you really did. You got Sasha totally worked up now. Yes, I know. So now Sasha's at the window all upset. The UPS stuff we are not repackaging because the family tree is out and has to be repackaged. We're just going to put the family tree back in, close it, measure it, weigh it. I'm going to buy the labels online, send it to my brother. He's going to print them and come tomorrow and help me get it sent off. So yes, so that would be nice. Yes, I am getting a briefing tomorrow. TikTok is doing things with the subscriptions that are a little confusing. I don't even understand it yet, to be honest. It's a little weird. It worries me what I read, what they're doing. It sounds like they're upping all the subscriptions for the lives, like all of them, like making them $10, $9.99 each. And I was like, that doesn't sound very good. Starting September 15th, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't quite understand why they're doing it, because some of you may be willing to pay that. I would imagine a lot of you won't. I just don't quite understand it. And actually, it's even worse than that. I think the subscription will no longer be for the lives. But I don't even. It's really confusing, guys. Like I said, I tried to read it today. I'm not even sure I can do subscriber only lives anymore. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting briefed on this tomorrow because the whole thing was like confusing as hell. Hold on, I'm trying to like pull this up, my screenshot from earlier of this. I was going to have a briefing today by some folks, and they had to move it to tomorrow, which is not good because tomorrow I'm probably going to be mailing the boxes at UPS when they're having the briefing. They're still going to take the gifts. We know that. And then they're doing some weird viewer wish thing where I tell you I'll do things if you give me gifts, which up until now has been a violation of the rules. So I don't quite understand how that works either. Hey, Sasha. Anyway, I don't know what's going on yet. It's not making a lot of sense. Oh my God, she's out of her mind. You were fine up until the barking. You know that? You really were. You are terrible. Yes, you're bad. Oh my God. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on. Like I said, the subscription thing, I'm gonna find out in the next few days, hopefully. But it sounds like the prices are going up, and at the same time, it's not clear a subscription will let you do subscriber only live anymore. I don't know if it will. So I have no idea. I don't know. It's very frustrating to me. And of course, it's written in TikTok speak, which is a form of English that I have never understood. It just, I would love to work for them, because I would be like, let me be your writer and take stuff and go, okay, I don't have any idea what that means. Tell it to me like in English, meaning, plain language, and let me write it down. Because the description for this made no sense. And their description for their new gift thing, the gifts, there's like a gift thing that I promised to do stuff if you buy certain gifts. And I was like, that's like a violation of the rules right now. I can't do that. Is that really what you're suggesting? Because I'm not going to do that unless somebody puts it in writing very clearly. Thank you, Jaime or Jamie, whichever. Someday, Jamie, tell me. So, which are you, a Jamie or a Jaime? Since I never can figure out, and you're very generous to buy gifts. It's in beta now. I have no Jamie. Okay, you're a Jamie. Okay, there we go. Okay, because it also is what you know. This it is how you spell Jaime, and I speak Spanish. That's why I was like, it could be one or the other. Actually, September 15th is the new guys coming. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Well, that's what I saw. They link a gift with a person to dance. That's what I saw in the notes I saw, was like different things you promised to do for gifts. And I was like, well, okay, I do a political show. It could be a little weird. Like, we're talking about bombing Ukraine and I have to do a dance number. Having said that, if somebody wants to buy like a $50 gift, I'll be doing a dance number. Like, that's a guarantee. But I don't, not right now. Not right now. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I meant if that's what the new rules are. Right? I don't know. But it sounded like that's what they were describing. And I was like, I don't think it's certainly not allowed now. It's not allowed now. So once I read it, I was like, somebody's going to have to explain this very well, because that's not allowed. So anyway, very weird stuff. Yes. But that's not until September 15th. So we've got 3 weeks. So we'll find out at some point what the new rule. But it's kind of, like I said, for the subscriptions, it may be totally foobar on TikTok for the subscriptions. So yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly, Joshua. Yeah. But again, for a $50 gift, if that's what they're telling me to do, you'll get dancing. You'll be seeing my tapping shoes. Exactly. No, we'll see. I was thinking like birthdays would be funny or something like that, But anyway, I have no idea what the new rules are. So we'll see. Ukrainian military destroyed a boat. That's good. Ukrainian military actually did blow up another oil facility, which is really good. I'll wear the wig. I will wear the wig. I mean, I'm not going to play any games with VPN or anything. I don't want to get into trouble with that kind of stuff. So, pole dancing, exactly. Pole dancing would cost you a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, what else, guys? A couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go. We're going to go to dinner tonight. So, oh boy, sorry. As always, dog waking me up early. Hey! I'm in Chicago right now, but I'll be back in DC this weekend. So next week will be the normal. Sasha, what is it with you? Dear Lord. Oh my God. She's standing at the window. She has not stood at the window. And again, I don't know if you can see there, but she's over here, like right, I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, you can tell. She's this dark mass standing up there we go, right next to the couch. That would be my dog. That mass right there. Can I zoom in? I don't think I can. No, I can't zoom in. I thought I could. No. But yeah, it looks like it's the end of the couch, but it's actually my dog. This dark spot standing up. Unbelievable. We'll leave it there so you can see when she jumps down. Oh my God, she's great. And of course, my nose is itching because my sister's dog licked my nose at the beginning of the show, which is just a guaranteed way of getting that going crazy. And for you guys, I don't know whether you can see anything. I can take a look though. Is it harder to? Oh no, my chair's in the way. Oh no, she got down. She got down. Hi, yeah, crazy, huh? Craziness. Oh, thank you. Good girl. All right. Defending America. Yes, that's my girl. Okay. Oh, I got you. I got you. A rare Sasha. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, you're okay. A rare Sasha sighting. Yes. Yes, I know you hate this. She truly hates this. So we're doing a quick hello because she hates this. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. Okay. Oh, I get a lick too. Thank you. Okay, go down. Go down. All right. Layla, stop. She hates to get picked up. Mine does. Absolutely hates it. But I can never grab her for the show because she's like, I literally turn and she goes and runs. So anyway, that was a good one. That was a rare one. That was a rarity. Yeah, totally hates it. And then even being picked, because then when she's picked up, she's kind of like, I'm standing up. I mean, she can stand on her own, but doesn't like it, you know. Are you okay? Okay. Oh, she's back to her bed now. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, she's back to the bed under my table. That's good. All is well. All is normal. Anyway, anyway, I have done the boat trip 2 years ago. I did the Chicago River trip. It's very nice. I would say if you ever do it, the Chicago River trip is nicer than the Lake Michigan trip. The part on the lake was okay. The part on the river, way prettier. For whatever crazy reason, it just is. The lake gets a little boring after a while. I'd been on the lake when I was a kid, but I'd never done the river tour, and I was surprised how much nicer the river part was. Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Um, anyway, I don't know. I think we're getting tapas or something. I don't know. I have no idea. So I just go along for the ride. Yeah, the Chicago River trip was really nice. We took my nephew's fiance at the time, so that was fun. Anyway, anything else, guys? Or we're calling it quits anyway in a minute. So, oh boy, bank holiday. Anyway, yeah. So tomorrow we'll see. Depends how I feel. Tomorrow I may just take off. You know, since I'm flying Saturday, and then Saturday I'm not doing the Saturday show. Sorry, but I'll be back Monday. I mean, I'll be back in DC Saturday anyway, but I'll be back Monday. So the French toast recipe is pretty simple. You melt ice cream and dip the toast in the ice cream, or dip the bread. So the liquid you use instead of eggs and milk and blah 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 is melted ice cream. You soak the toast and then cook it the way you would normally. But instead of using eggs and milk and stuff, you just melt ice cream and use the melted ice cream as your liquid to soak the bread in. And it's delicious. Vanilla is good. I use vanilla. Do not you put eggs. Some people said you could add eggs for rich. I tried eggs. It tasted a little eggy with eggs, to be honest. Just pure ice cream was delicious. Cook it kind of slowly so that it cooks inside. Because I think if you cook too quickly, it'll be, well, like any French toast. If you cook too quickly, it's wet inside, right? But we've talked about this repeatedly. It was beyond delicious. I was shocked at how good it was. Absolutely shocked. Banana bread for French toast? Oh my God. I would imagine considering you basically used cake. Instead of bread, it's only called banana bread. It's actually banana cake. You used cake to make French toast. Now, what would be even better is use the banana bread with the ice cream to make French toast, because then you've used cake and ice cream to make a breakfast, which would be the ultimate in American, right? That would, right, exactly. I think ice cream and that would be amazing. Anyway, but yes, the eggs are in the ice cream anyway. It was absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna have to I think I've got my allergy spray upstairs. The dog licked my nose, and I'm like, oh man. Anyway, cinnamon raisin bread for ice cream would be very good, or for French toast would be very good. Oh, for ice cream, French toast. Oh, nice. Oh, that's interesting. Use it with the ice cream one. Italian in general. Italian in Chicago, sure. Yeah, New York City, Chicago. Well, Chicago's got good ethnic food across the board. Yeah, I mean, really does, like, not just good. Chicago has excellent ethnic food across the board. Yeah. Tapas are appetizers, sort of Spanish appetizers. So you basically get lots of little appetizers as your meal and you share them at the table. I think that's what, I have no idea what the place is. I don't know. Anyway, oh, thank you, OC. I know. I wonder how many people are making ice cream French toast. I suspect it's a lot. Like I said, when I get back to DC, I'm going to make some and I'll do a video. But yeah, the cinnamon thing would be really good, I suspect. Brown sugar cinnamon bread from Costco. I don't think I've had that before. I don't think I have had that actually. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to go. We've been doing this for an hour. So probably not tomorrow, but you never know. Ethnic really is better in Chicago. It is. Yeah. I mean, New York is good too, obviously, but Chicago is. I mean, New York is like on a par with Chicago as far as their outstanding. Chicago has outstanding food to start with. Always has. DC, no. People think it is. DC's gotten better. I still don't think it's outstanding, but it's gotten better. But Chicago's always been outstanding. So anyway, thanks, guys. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to play it by ear. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking I won't do a show tomorrow, but you never know if I'm sitting here and I'm bored. But otherwise, we'll be back Monday. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the gifts. And I will start signing off with Discord and then move to YouTube and then TikTok. Do I like quiche? Quiche is good. I thought, it's funny. I read quiche and I thought it said Quidditch. And I was like, do I like Quidditch? That's a funny question. All right. See you, Discord. I love quiche, actually. I think quiche is delicious. Yeah, I love quiche. What I mean by eggy is French toast, if it's not done right, tastes like egg cooked in bread. And that can be a very nice breakfast, but it's not something I want to put syrup on because I'm not Boo Radley or whoever in To Kill a Mockingbird or whatever. Remember when they all had that meal together? I don't put syrup on meat and stuff or whatever on my eggs. And that's what French toast, when it's not done correctly, tastes like, So that was my point. Yes, I do not know Quidditch. All right, YouTube, I'll see you guys. Thank you. But yeah, that's